Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Srinivas. As you know that I started working on creating awareness videos on different trading strategies through backtested data. The primary intention of these videos is to help retail traders whether a particular strategy works or not in the stock market. When you look at the backtested data, you can decide yourself to trade in the strategy or not so that you can save your time and money both. If you have not already watched my introduction video on this series, I request you to watch the same using the link given below in the description box. In the previous video, I covered a war-based strategy with the backtested results. Let's cover some other strategy today based on pivot points. So how to calculate the pivot point? It's just based on the previous day values. That is previous day high, low and close. It's average of previous day high and low and close. That is called pivot point. And just below and above the pivot points, we have support and resistance respectively. So we call the first support as S1, second support as S2. Similarly, we call the first resistance as R1 and second resistance as R2. Likewise, here is a sample 5-minute chart with pivot points. Yeah, this is a candlestick chart shown in this picture. If you look at, there are horizontal lines in different colors. The middle one, which is in black color, is called pivot point. And the one in red colors just above the pivot point is called resistance 1. And the one which is in red color again above the resistance 1 is called resistance 2. Similarly, there are green lines below the pivot point. The first green line just below the pivot point is called support 1, and the second green line below S1 is called S2. Let's discuss the strategy rules. Do you know there can be many variations of this strategy? One can enter at one line with a stop loss of the below or above line, and similarly with the different targets. So these are the rules that I have coded in this video, and we're going to backtest based on these rules. So how do you take a long trade? In this case, the rule here is today open should be above the previous day high and below the resistance 2. Okay, so we enter long trade on the breakout of resistance 2. The stop loss here is resistance 1 R1 and the target is R3, resistance 3. So the same logic applies to short trade. The first rule is today's open should be below the previous day low and above S2. So we enter the trade on breakdown of support 2 with a stop loss of support 1 and with the target of support 3. So let me explain the strategy rules on the whiteboard. Let me draw. This is the previous day candle. Okay. So let me draw the lines. So this is a pivot point line. Assume that this is R1, this is R2, and this is R3. Similarly, we have assume this is S1, this is S2, and this is S3. So let me just, this is pivot point R1, R2, and R3. This is S1, support 1, support 2, and support 3. So the strategy we are going to backtest is actually based on certain rules. So this is the yesterday candle, and today the market should open above the yesterday high, okay, and below the resistance 2. Then only we are going to consider trade in that particular stock, okay. So assume that market opens somewhere here, right? So in this case, we are going to take a long trade when the price breaks R2 line. So once we take a trade, we keep the stop loss as R1, this line, and our target will be R3. Similarly, in case of short trade, the first rule is the market should open below the low of the previous day candle and above the S2 somewhere here, okay, in between the low of previous day candle and S2. And we consider this stock for trading. Only when it breaks down the S2, we'll take a trade. We keep a stop loss as S1 and target as S3. I hope you understood the rules. Let us backtest this pivot point strategy based on the rules we discussed just now. So here is the code I have written in Java for pivot point strategy. So before running the backtest, let me explain few points here which are important. So the total capital I'm going to consider is 1 lakh, just like in the previous video. The risk per trade we are going to take is 1%. That means we are going to risk 1000 rupees on each trade when the SL hit. And the list of stocks I'm going to consider here is Nifty 50 stocks. Of course, we can do trade in F&O stocks as well, but for this backtest, I'm just considering the Nifty 50. And if you look at this parameter, max trades per day is 5. So we're going to take maximum 5 long trades and 5 short trades in case of there are more number of trades selected on a given day. Okay, so what is the criteria to select the 5 stocks? Let me just show you the code here. Here I'm calculating the percentage change between the today's open and the previous day close. And I'm basically taking the top losers and top gainers. Let's say there are 12 stocks selected for the long side. I'm going to select only the top 5 stocks for trading. Similarly, there are 10 stocks selected for the short side. I'm going to select only the top losers, the top 5 losers for trading. Okay, that's the logic. Yeah, here's the actual code. Of course, I'm not going to consider the delta part here. I'm just directly adding the entry point as a trigger line. That is nothing but R2 in case of long trade, and in case of short trade, it's S2 line. So, okay, I hope the rules are clear for you. And again, the quantity we calculate based on the risk factor, that is the total capital and how much we are going to lose per each trade. So this I already explained in the previous video. If you are not clear about how to calculate the quantity to be taken on each trade, please watch out the previous video. And let me select the time period to run the backtest. First, let me select the October month from October 1st to 21st October. And let me start running the backtest. See, the backtest has run. Yeah, there are a couple of trades here. You can see from 1st October to 17th October. Of course, we have selected time period till 21st October. Of course, there are no trades, I think, on after 17th here. So let me just open the report sheet as well. The same data we can show here. Yeah, let me validate some of the trades so that we can see whether the code I have written is correct or not. Okay. So there's a Axis Bank trade happened on 18th. Just open it. Axis Bank. Yeah. So let's go to date 18th on this 5-minute chart. Okay. So it's a long trade. It happened as soon as the market opened at 9:50 in the first minute itself with a price of 1163.7. That is nothing but resistance 2 breakout. Okay. Let's check. See, here is the pivot point. This is the R1 resistance one. This is the R2. If you look at approximately, it's around 1163, correct? So we entered the trade at 1163.7 with a quantity of 64. And the trade has ended at 11:39. it has hit the target. Okay, so what is our target in this case? We enter at R2 and target is R3. Let's see 1139. So yeah, somewhere here. Yes, this one 1135 candle. High is 1190.6. That means our target is hit with 1189.85. Okay, let's look at another trade, SBN on the previous day. SBIN, State Bank of India. So let me go to the date 17. This trade happened on 17. Okay. Yeah. So the trade took at around 922. Okay. The entry point is 812.9. That is a resistance one. Again, it's a long trade. Yeah. This is a support line. This is a R1 and this is R2. Okay. So this candle, 920 candle, you can see the breakout happened here above R2. So if you look at the value of R2, it's 812. Yeah, somewhere around it. So there's nothing but 812.9 here. Okay. The time is 9:22. Yeah, exactly. The 9:20 5 minutes candle has broken. So in between somewhere 9:22, the breakout happened. We took the trade here, long trade, and our stop loss is R1. So after some time, without hitting a target, the price has reversed and the stop loss has hit at R1. So if you look at the R1 value around 8 not 9 or 10, whatever. So you had not 8.55. See, the exit happened. So this is SLA case. So yeah, that means whatever the data you see here actually matching with the backtest report. Okay. Yeah. Then this is a very small short period. This for 1 month. Let's backtest this for entire year of 2024, January 1st, 2024 to October 21st. Let me run the backtest. The backtest is running. Of course, I will fast forward here. See, so what happened? So in January, there was some profit of 6%, February loss, March marginal profit, again April big loss, May little bit profit, then June again loss, July loss. Whatever you say, the overall the strategy is going to give loss only in 2024. So there are different stocks here. You see, some of the stocks might have given profit. If you look at that from top, and the below stocks gave loss. These stocks are from Nifty 50. Okay, and if you look at the target hit rates are 80 among 427, and 195 trades are SL hit rates, and the trades without hitting SL or target are around 152. Out of 152, there are 84 profit trades and 68 loss trades during this square of time. And the target to SL percentage 29%. That means you can assume that 30%. So even you look at square of in percent, whatever it may be, but overall you can consider this strategy with a win rate of only 30%. Okay. And this is max loss of a day and a single day. This is max profit of a day, average monthly bill anyhow this loss. So max number of profit months loss, max losing streak days 9, max winning streak days 4. And average profit of all profit trades 1449, and average loss of all loss trades 1000. Actually, this is good number. This average profit of all profit should be always above this figure. Okay. So still in this case, you can try tweaking the strategy to make it somewhat profitable. Okay, when you see this kind of numbers. These are the total long trades 263 and short trades 164. The summation of long or short, whatever the total is loss. And you see actually if you look at the total P&L of all the trades is positive, it's 2000 rupees positive, but just because of the charges 35,000, the overall strategy went into loss. It's minus 33,000. Of course, if you trade this strategy, you're not going to lose the capital, but you will lose the 33% of your capital in October. Sorry, in the year 2024 if you just trade the strategy as per the rules I have suggested. Yeah. Of course, there are some stocks working on the strategy, but some of the stocks are not working. Okay, even this 1 year period is not sufficient to choose any particular stocks from this list for a profitable trading. But let me run this strategy for more years, like from 2021 till 2024. So this is going to take more time. Anyhow, I'll fast forward the video. Yeah, now the backtest results are ready. This is the backtest period from 2021 January to 2024 October. So almost 4 years backtest results are here. If you look at the overall P&L of all trades, actually it's positive. If you look, even though the win ratio is very less, it's like 30% approximately. It's a profitable if you don't consider the charges and slippages. Just because of the charges, the strategy went into the loss-making strategy, and we end up losing complete capital if we just blindly trade the strategy without any extra tweaks. Okay. So look at individual stocks here. Yeah, there are some stocks actually performed very well, like Indalco, Titan, Bajaj Finserv, Tata Consumer, Tata Motors, etc. Over the last 4 years. So again, I am strongly suggest you guys don't take any trades based on the risk report, because if you start take trading now in these stocks, because it seems it worked right, it may happen that it may stop working going forward. So anything can happen. So just don't take anything blindly unless you have real proven backtested data. Okay. And if you look at the bottom side, these are the worst stocks for the strategy, like HDFC, Kotak, and ICICI Bank. They got the big losses here. And there is also, I think, included Nifty 50 index as well here. Even the index gave the negative results over the period of 4 years. Okay. And again, this is based on, I told you, right, we select only the 5 stocks when there are more stocks selected per day. So that's the reason this may not be the correct result. We have to backtest index separately. Let's see if anybody interested in index alone. I will try to provide the backtest results separately in a separate video. Okay. So if you look at the year-wise loss, 23 minus 30, yeah, almost every year is loss, and month-wise loss. Some months are profit. But again, if you look at the overall picture, yeah, without charges, and slippages, of course, if you don't consider them, the strategies somewhat give 40% over the 4 years, which is very less. But with charges, it's a loss-making strategy. So I hope you understand, guys. If you trade strategies like this without properly back testing, and the end results will be you're going to lose the complete capital over the period of few years. This strategy is comparatively better than ORB strategy, but still it's a loss-making strategy. Okay. I hope you enjoy the video. I'll come up with some other strategy in the next videos. Until then, bye. Thank you.